Ranking the best strat cards in Madden 23. So we are here with a new video. I want to give you guys the top 10 strat cards in Madden 23. I've been getting a ton of questions about what strat cards I think you should use. I think there are a ton of good ones. Like obviously you can't go wrong with any of them. At the end of the day, you're all getting boosts. But I do think there are some that are a lot better than others. Now, before we get into the strat card, I need to explain something because there are basically 28 different variations of each legendary strat card. I know this might be a little hard to follow, but I'm gonna do my best to explain it. So for instance, right here, it's a great example. In the zone. At the end of the day, it's in the zone. But do you see in the right here, the little like two lines that are crossing, okay? Keep that in mind. And it says ×2 right there, okay? Keep that in mind. You might not have noticed this before. We're gonna go to another in the zone right here. Do you see now it's like an arm flexing ×2? That's the difference in a lot of strat cards that you might not be paying attention to. Now, luckily, MUT.GG is like the greatest MUT website of all time, and they really did a great job of explaining a lot of these strat cards, but also they have all the logos right here of what it boosts. So you saw earlier how it got a ×2 chem of this right here, the scrambler. So that boosts all your QB's throw on the run. And then the other one, the strong arm one, boosts your quarterback's throw power by 1. I'm going to do my best to try to remember to put this link down below in the description. If I do not have this link in the description, get on my ass in the comments because I think this is super helpful. Now, with that being said, the one I would say to look for, the ×2 boost that I really think you need to look for is the sprint one that looks like this logo right here, because it pluses 1 excel to your running back, your wide receiver, and your quarterback. Quarterback not that important in my opinion. I think excel is one of the most important ratings in the game, and getting 1 excel on wide receivers and halfbacks is a big deal, especially with trying to beat a lot of the man coverage meta. Now, there's other good ones in the game that boost like zone coverage to DBs. That's just my personal favorite. There's also ones that boost finesse moves, boost power moves to defensive linemen. That's just the one that I think is the best though. Now we're gonna open it up at number 10 right here. I have the Mind Reader strat card. I think this one is one of the most slept on strat cards in the game. It boosts your middle linebackers, your free safeties, and your strong safeties. The middle linebacker one is not the one I'm high on, but your free safeties and strong safeties getting +4 play rec and +4 awareness. Play rec and awareness plays a big part in zone coverage and how your defenders react. And I do think with this strat card, you see a noticeable difference in how your free safeties and strong safeties will play. This is really good for a zone coverage style scheme where you use a lot of safeties. Say you're going from 3-3 to 3-3 cub. In that defense, you really only have 3 corners on the field. And if you're playing a lot of zone coverage, this could really make your safeties play next level good. Now for every one, I'm going to go defense, then offense. So we're going to have 5 total offense, 5 total defensive strat cards. The one I probably like the least though is this offensive one. I don't really think this is great, but if you're looking for an offensive line boost, I think this one is your best bet. A lot of times for the offensive line ones that boost things, they boost ratings that don't matter. The ratings that matter for offensive linemen: pass block finesse, pass block power, and regular run block. So getting +4 run block power, not really going to do anything, but getting +4 pass block power, that is going to go ahead and do something and make your offensive linemen better versus power rushers, which I do think you see a lot more higher power moves in the game than you do finesse moves. And this was overall just my favorite one to boost offensive linemen. Now we just talked about offensive linemen. Now we're going to a defensive lineman one. If I didn't value secondary as much as I did, this one would be so much higher for me. The bull rush one I really like. You get +4 power moves, +2 finesse moves, +2 block shed, +1 impact blocking. All those ratings right there are very important. 1 in the pass rush, 2 in the run game as well with block shed and impact blocking. Getting your defensive line and outside linebackers, basically all the people that are going to be rushing your passer, a lot better. And I actually am really high on this one. If you're very fine with like where your zone coverage players are at, that you think they hit the thresholds, you think you're good to go, you're ready to rock, I think this one is again a slept on one. We covered 2 defensive ones that again I think are heavily slept on. I am a big fan of this bull rush strat card. It's just again I kind of value like some boosting like man coverage or boosting zone coverage a little bit more at this point in the game, but this one will probably have the longest like I guess shelf life, I guess I would say. I hope that's not a bad way to explain it, but I think this one can last you the longest and be really good for the longest. Now we're moving on to number 7 right here. For the offensive one, I think over the top is really good. You boost your quarterbacks and wide receivers, probably the 2 most important positions on your offense. You get +3 deep route running, which I like. The +3 catching, and I feel like all the receivers we have in the game right now have good enough catching to where if they're open, they're gonna catch it. And even sometimes if they're not open, they're gonna catch it. But you get +1 release as well. I do like things that boost the release rating. Release also can be called beat press. So the higher release, the more likely you should be able to beat the press. You get +1 throw power to the QB and also +1 throw accuracy deep. I think it's just overall a really solid boost to the team. It's not my favorite offensive one, but again, I just think it's really solid all the way around. At number 6 right here, I'm gonna have the man-to-man track card. This will boost your cornerbacks and your safeties, so basically your entire secondary. So the next 3 for defense really depends on your scheme. I personally am not a man-to-man player. Man-to-man for me is gonna rank lower because again, I play zone coverage, so I want things that boost zone coverage, and I'm gonna rank them based on like how I play defense. If you play man-to-man, you can swap this and the number 2 one, and it makes complete sense. Man-to-man will +4 man coverage, +2 press, +2 play rec, and +1 catching. Obviously the catching, I feel like everyone's getting pick artists, not really good, but +4 man is substantial. +2 press, really good, and also +2 play rec. Again, we talked about how good play rec is. I also do think play rec plays a little bit of part in man coverage as well. And again, you're kind of in a constant battle with cornerbacks and receivers, release versus press. I think the DBs do have a little bit of advantage with that rating, but again, you're boosting your press. At number 5 right here, I have deep route specialist. This will boost your wide receivers and tight ends, aka your pass catchers. They get +4 release. Again, I've been talking about a lot in this video, the relationship between release and beat press. The more release, the better. In theory, the better the release you have, the more likely you should be able to beat the press. +3 deep route running as well, +1 spec catch, +1 catching. The major thing for me though is the release. To be honest, at this point in the game, a lot of receivers are just hitting the route running thresholds anyway. So +3 deep route running, not really doing anything for me. The main reason you would get this is the +4 release. At number 4 right here, I'm gonna have slot specialist. This is perfect if you like to mix up a lot what you do. Safeties, so they get +3 zone, +3 man, +2 press, +1 tackle. So again, literally it makes your man and your zone better. If you like to mix up what you do, I think this is a great strat card for you. It's kind of like the DB ones are cut in 3. You have a heavy man one, you have a mix between the two, and then finally you have a heavy zone one. Now at number 3, I'm gonna have route tree, and no, I didn't have that here because it rhymes, but again, you're boosting your wide receivers and tight ends. This time you get +5 short route running, +2 medium, +2 deep. Why is this strat card good? Well, this strat card right here basically guarantees that your receivers are going to hit all the route running thresholds, which on all Madden is 90 for short, medium, and deep. On all pro, that jumps up to 95. So 95 short, 95 medium, 95 deep. And again, this just pretty much makes sure, hey, your receivers are going to be as close as possible. Now, in my opinion, my favorite one for defense is in the zone. Obviously, I talked about a lot in this video. I am a zone coverage player, so I'm going to get the thing that boosts zone the most, and that is going to be in the zone. You get +4 zone, +3 play rec, +2 press. Again, though, this is really personal preference. Like, if you're not a zone coverage player, swap this out with man-to-man. If you're a really heavy mix-up player, go with the slot specialist. It's really up to you and your scheme. At number 1, though, I think it's Sprinter, and I don't want to say it's not close, but I mean, just look at the boost you get to your wide receiver and also halfback. You get +3 excel, +2 agility, +2 change of direction. Again, I think that movement is so important with beating man coverage, with creating separation, that I would prefer getting +3 excel over like over short, medium, or deep route running. So yeah, y'all, this has been my top 10 strat cards in Madden 23 Ultimate Team. Let me know down below what you did think of this video. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Let me know down below in the comments though if the thing about the boost made sense though. Again, I'll try to link the articles so you can see what boost you're getting with the strat card you buy. Now, if you did enjoy this video though, you enjoy content like this and want to stay up to date with the best things in Ultimate Team, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Now, if you want to see me play live though, I have been grinding the streams a lot and I would greatly appreciate you checking the links in the description. I mean, if you want to check the description already, there's a Twitch link right there. You might as well hit the follow button. Now, if you don't feel like heading over to the description, you guys want another video to watch, check this one out right here. I ranked the best middle linebackers in Madden 23.